Okay, this is my first tutorial. Um, yeah, let's get right into it. Enough of the intro. You'll see I'm right in the middle of stuff here. I got a cheap little set on Amazon. I don't know what the quality is going to be like because I got this camera mounted on my monitor, but we'll see. Anyway, I'm just going to continue working and sort of talk about what I'm doing. This is actually uh, a continuation of the first time I've ever worked on watches like this. So bear with me as you'll see me being very clumsy, but I didn't see anyone using these little kits when I was searching online. They were using homemade tools and things like that, but if you're a geek like me and you love little gadgets and things, then you can appreciate um, these kits and sort of they allow you to sort of do the same things but a little more accurately, hopefully. Um, as you can see, I'm looking in the wrong places for various things, but in this particular watch, don't worry about what type of watch it is. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. But it's a fairly decent watch here. Um, it has these long pins, and you actually have to push these out. I'll show you how to use this little kit this little tool right here. It's a little troublesome. I scratched up the side of a couple of these little things. I'm not sure what the real name of them are, but I scratched them up a bit trying to get it out initially using this tool, which isn't necessary unless they're in there pretty good. The rest of the time, you'll be able to use this tool that comes in the kit and just press it out, right up against the side there and just push hard enough and you'll be able to get it. Try not to lose these little things. I definitely dropped one of these little pieces here earlier and spent about 2 minutes trying to find it on my floor. Fortunately, it was on the plastic sheet that I roll around on and not in my real carpet because the thing is quite difficult to see. I'm putting this one back together. You saw me just yank it out all the way. You just push it, till you can grip it with your pliers and yank it out. Here's the little stand that comes with this little kit. It's pretty useful. I'm working on a wood desk here that's all scratched up and whatnot. That's why I don't care if I, sort of do any damage to it, but you might want to lay down a cloth or something. Would be a smart thing to do. Yeah, the slots are different thicknesses and different directions, so I guess, for convenience of men's and women's watches, or maybe you could work with other stuff, but here's a little hammer. It's got a little plastic screw in on one side. That's for finishing it off. You can see dents in it. Well, probably not. You probably can, but there are little dents in it from using it, so you don't want to use it the whole time. So use the metal end to whack it down, and you don't want to scratch up your watch. You use a little rubber end. And you got to make sure that the bottom part is tight, and I usually do that by holding the actual watch face and like trying to lift it or whatever to get it all aligned. And there you go. It's right in there. Now we're going to take one out of the other end, and since I said I'll use this tool, I won't even try to push it out with this one, but I was able to get the other 3 I took out with just this tool. But I kind of figured out a little trick with this thing right here, so I thought I'd show it to people who would end up scratching up their watch unnecessarily like I did. Put the pin in here and it'll protrude out, and I guess it's maybe because it's a cheap tool. I'm calling it a feature. It allows you to move it around here, you know which makes it very difficult to like lay the watch in here and just screw it out. So instead, I push it out a little bit and sort of rock the, I don't know if rock's the right term, but you know, do this to line it up, and you can put it right there on the head. There's a reflection, you know, because it's a silver watch with the piece, so it's hard to see. But once you get that, I'll put this right up against the camera because it's so small. But once you get that, then it's really just, oops, if you hold it down inside here, then it's really just a matter of screwing this thing ever so slightly. It pushes it out. Don't go too far. It can't go very far anyway, because, let's see, trying to make this clear for you. Because this thing gets wider and fatter, and then you'll just be pushing that up against the watch, and you'll scratch the watch anyway. So you just want to get it to poke out like that, so you can grab it with the tweezers. And now we're back to where we were the first time. I'll go ahead and keep recording, let you guys see this as best you can. You know, it's obviously not the best environment as I'm looking at this video and recording it. I see all these glares and things. Fortunately, I probably have to go, you know, I don't know, do some setup to make this a clear production, and I'm much too lazy for that, so you guys are just out of luck. I have to do with what I got. Here we go. I'm going to see if I can just push this one out without using that little tool. I'm off the camera. See if I can't push this one out without using that little tool. And I actually, throughout this process, I'll snap this and unsnap this because it, you know, so I can get a better grip and sort of fold it up origami-like, so you get a good solid grip on the band while it's still attached there. I'm gonna have to take it out of the screen to get leverage, but you're gonna have to take my word. I'm just pushing the pin there as best I can, and you know, you might be hearing me rattling around here as I'm just trying to find different positions to get leverage on this thing. And okay, you guys are in luck actually. This one won't come out either, so you get a repeat of this. Let's see what the the package calls this. It's a pin remover. See how much I know about fixing watches, right? I am definitely not a professional. You know, if you screw up your stuff because you tried to do what I've showed you here, I'd rather not know about it. Not saying I don't care. You know, I feel bad about that. But that's, you know, that's the risk that you run here, and working with anything of your own, really. You know, you're not a professional. So you run that risk of screwing up, breaking something, or you know, most likely you'll just end up scratching stuff with these watches. I mean, I guess depending on the quality of the watch. If it's a really flimsy watch, then it's probably not worth it to take it to someone else to fix it, you know, with the prices they charge. But I guess there's a greater risk of breaking it yourself there. So that's my little disclaimer. If you break it, it's your fault. I'm just trying to help you not break it by showing you how I have figured out this little tool. You know, really cheap. I bought it on Amazon. It came in a few days. I don't know if it arrived today, today being Sunday, or if one of my roommates just put it down there today. I don't use the front door. I park in the garage, so it could have been sitting out all night. It has been known to happen with my packages. I'm forgetful, I guess. And again, I find just grabbing the face of the watch and holding it allows you to get that, you can see the gap, because you can hammer it down pretty easy, and then you'll start to notice it's like, I don't know my metric too well, but I guess that's a millimeter or two sticking out above. It'll be the same height with each one, and you just, stop and then tap it in with the plastic piece. And it bounces when I do this. I'm not tapping it very hard at all when I'm doing this. So it's like I'm holding it up in my hand and it's sort of bouncing down up against the thing there. Sure, that's not very professional of me, but it works. So I'm doing it very lightly. And again, with the rubber in the finish, so that you're not banging on your watch with a metal piece. And here we are. It's nice and tight getting around my hand there. And nice and tight right there. So I didn't like the ending of my last video for whatever reason. And I'm still here tinkering with this whole kit here, trying to figure out exactly how I want my watch to fit on me. So I figured I would turn back on the camera and redo the ending, mostly is why. But also, I figured out another little trick as a result of me being so lazy. For getting these things out without using this little thing. I guess I don't like it. I got something personal against it. I mean, it's a cool little thing, I guess, but for whatever reason, I don't really like it. And I think some of the kits didn't come with this. So if you don't have one, you can get these type ones out using the little push pin here and the hammer. So I'll show you on the one beside here. You just sort of line this up with the pin there, sort of, hold it right up on top and just hammer a little bit. It's just like the other one. You go all the way down with this one. Again, I kind of bang that against the watch. So you don't want to do that, but gets it all the way out there really easy. This feels a little cumbersome to me. So you don't really need it. You might be able to save $1 or something. I don't know. That's really all I wanted to show about that. So yeah, this is my first tutorial on anything. I'm always downloading stuff and learning from other people. Oh, by the way, I did another little search of these watch tutorials, and there actually are a couple out there. I don't know what I was looking for the first time, but this isn't the only one in case this wasn't helpful for you. And hopefully I don't clip this out of the last one, but I'm going to have to buy these little pins, or these little screws right here, mini screws. They're all the same size in my kit. So I'm going to have to buy something else, and I'm probably going to buy one of those little iPhone repair kits. And they'll have, all sorts of different sizes, and hopefully I'll find one with the smaller tip there. And, if you guys like this one, then let me know, and I'll actually bother putting anything I do, try to replace the screen on my old broken phone. I can put that on there too. Alright, so last thing here, I noticed that I left you guys without seeing exactly what the finished product was like. And that, yes, it does fit me well. I ended up adding one more to one side, and actually, if you have a keen eye, you would have noticed in that first video I removed the same I removed two of these links off of the same side, so I had to go and fix that, and I ended up with one more on one side than the other. So an odd number of links in there, but in the end I think it worked out well, fits well, and jiggle around and stuff, so job well done, I think. Now I look like a proper gentleman with a watch on. And you could too with these simple steps. Just play.